Well, good morning, guys. I'm finally here, getting closer to planting. It is calibration day this morning on the old white 9222 and the Integra. So I added the Ross and hydraulic drive back, and it's a pretty simple deal. We'll go through the steps. It's kind of fun for me. It needs to know, the Integra needs to know just a lot of basic data. So it needs to know basically a stepper. It's got the stepper motors. So it's kind of like a PWM valve with a hydraulic motor and an encoder all in one. So it's counting the RPMs of the hydraulic motor. So it just needs to know the gear ratio from the motor to the seed disc, and then how many seeds are around the seed disc. So it's counting revolutions, and then it adjusts from there. The system isn't smart enough that you can just put in any gear ratio and it sees 28,000. To it, you have to teach it what 28,000 is, since it has no reference of that. So if it sees 28,000 but you have your gear ratio way off and you tell it, well, this is 28,000, then it thinks that's 28,000. So it's gonna do its best job to keep that number there. So we do an actual, first the data input to get it its baseline stuff, then we'll do actual calibrations. So it's going to give me a handful of seed and I'm going to tell it how close it was. And you do that a couple times and pretty soon it gets real freaking close. So yeah, let's spin the camera around here. The first thing we enter, guys, is the seeds per revolution. So I got a left and a right hand side to the planter. I have two motors, so I can run two different hybrids at the same population, two different hybrids at different population, or the same hybrid at two different populations. So think of all the fun I can have with that data over the next couple of years. But yeah, the first thing we need to do is just enter our seeds per revolution. And that's that. And then we go to the screen for our gear ratio. So that is just simply go home, grab our toolbox. We're looking for the seed command. There's our gear ratio. So we enter, right now it's geared awfully low at 4.78. So we'll enter that. Channel 2 is the other side, 4.78. Enter that. And we are good to go. Yep. So the last seed count was 145. But we should have had, it wanted to dispense, or should have dispensed 150. 145 isn't bad. You're thinking only 5 seeds. That's 3%. Right there, if we're doing, 3% at $100 an acre is $3 an acre. Not a big deal, except if you had, well, for me, on 200 acres, that's $600. So for $600, I can take 10 minutes and do this one more time to get that to 99%. That's important to me. Every dollar counts kind of deal. I'm going to do it one more time, see if I can't get it a smidgen closer, and then we'll get on to the liquid. Guys, to calibrate the liquid setup, pretty easy. We just turn the setup on. You see the red balls, they're kind of floating. It's kind of hunting around. Pretty easy. You see the red balls are floating, it's pumping, we got pressure. So red ball themselves has this nice little tester. So all I do is hook it up here. So I want to see a 1.1 or a 1.0, and it's on a shy of 1.1 right now. That's good enough. Whoop, I sprung a leak there, let go of it. That's close enough. All I do is take a sprayer nozzle off my sprayer and put onto the check valve, and then this red ball sprayer works great. This is a fantastic tool. I use it for calibrating the sprayer and the liquid, and it gets you dang close. Dang close. So since the numbers are accurate, I don't have to change anything. But if I wanted to change something, I just hit my tool button. Go to the second page, go to controller settings, and right there's my calibration, flow meter calibration. I just changed that number and I changed the flow. Hey guys, you know what this means? Let's grease it, fill it, and get planting.